and we'll see you in 5 minutes on the Driving Speaker Box.
We've lined up the top stars from Hollywood and from all over the world to entertain you on our giant screen with a few colorful motion pictures you've been hearing about and reading
It's
about.
showtime, folks. Enjoy the show.
We're delighted to have you with us. They're driving theater.
You'll find something to please you to add to your evening's enjoyment.
Is pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome. It is Monday night. It is 8 o'clock. It is February 10th, 2025. This is the Drive-In Speaker Box podcast. I'm your host, Bo, the boom operator.
I'm the grip.
And
Did you say it was 8 o'clock?
well, it's 8:41. I have been on an hour-long tangent on my personal stream and this Twitch stream. Any of the live streams that you normally subscribe to, I have been on one. So if you're just downloading this podcast off of Spotify or whatever,
It's 8 o'clock for you.
It's 8 o'clock for you, man. But we're warmed up, so we're already in the studio. But we're going to be talking to you about movies because that's what we do. So thanks for joining us. Did you see any movies this week, Jake?
I sure did.
What'd you see?
I watched that Jackie Chan movie that we never actually got.
I watched the Jackie Chan movie that was starring Ke Huy Quan.
Oh, yeah.
I have to have an alcohol drink. Hang on.
I got that. I watched the one A Legend, the one that was supposed to hit Netflix last year, but we didn't actually get it. It never did show up on Netflix, but it's available to pay to rent and watch, which I did because there wasn't really anything in theaters. There was the one, with Ke Huy Quan.
Love Hurts.
Yeah, there was that one. And then there was a whole lot of nothing else. I figured that movies were, there was Heart Eyes. But
Yes, there was Heart Eyes, yeah.
Slashers isn't really my thing.
You got scary boy.
But, and the Becoming Led Zeppelin. I was this close to watching Becoming Led Zeppelin, and it was in IMAX only.
Well, then why didn't you watch it? That sounds like the only reason you would watch it.
Well, no, dude, I would watch it because I grew up being really into Led Zeppelin, but I don't want to go to the very uncomfortable IMAX theater for $20 to watch
I'll
a
give you that
documentary
one.
about a band that I own 3 documentaries of in my DVD collection.
What if it was the behind the scenes Kiss documentary? Would you have seen that in IMAX?
No, there's no reason to watch it in IMAX.
But what the boobies? What is it? Kiss like extreme.
Yeah, what's that music video? Was it Crazy Nights? Where it was like
crazy nights.
Yeah, it's Crazy Nights or something like that. There's a uncensored music video.
The X in sex.
No, not that one.
Make me all your money and I make me wanna flex. Isn't that how that one goes?
Love is
Or,
like a
lick
muscle.
it up.
Yeah.
These are all
So,
gross.
dude, but I was about to click buy on my ticket, and I'm like, $20. what are these seats? Why are there so many rows in this theater? And then I looked, and it was like, see it in the IMAX, but we only got it in the IMAX. If it was in a regular theater, I would have been there. I would have been there. But the IMAX is actually what kept me away, because it wasn't like Galapagos, as Velvet Santa says. If it was Galapagos and I hadn't seen it before and didn't have the DVD that you provided us, then I would have been there. But yeah, it just didn't seem like, what am I going to see in IMAX that's going to blow me away when it's a documentary from cameras in the 70s?
Yeah, I agree.
Like, what camera in the late 60s and 70s is going to provide me with an IMAX experience that I cannot miss? None. You know, and the sound isn't really... if it was like in Atmos, it's like Becoming Led Zeppelin presented in Atmos. I might be like, okay, sure. Or
All
if
right,
it's
there's
like
a mix here.
in fully fucking THX, I would be like, hell yeah,
Sign me
let's
up,
go
dude.
see it. And then I can listen to Moby Dick or whatever, like Led Zeppelin stuff, like the Rover in THX, and be like, you know.
I'm not even a
but-
big Led Zeppelin guy, but I agree. That would be cool.
Yeah,
that
but
would be cool.
when you're talking about a band, the sound matters more. I don't need the picture to be big IMAX screen. I need the sound to
Big
be like...
sound. And a lot of IMAXs don't have the sound, the Limaxes anyway. They skimp on the sound.
Yeah, exactly. Now, if it was The Song Remains the Same presented in IMAX and they had upscaled it, and it has like that thing where Robert Plant is like in some like night countryside, and it's playing No Quarter. Like No Quarter from Song Remains the Same in IMAX would be epic. Some of that movie would just be not worth it, but that in particular would be really cool on like a big screen with big sound.
So what movie did you see? I'm totally lost now.
I watched the new Jackie Chan movie,
Okay, gotcha.
A Legend.
All right. Well, yeah, I saw Love Hurts with Kei Huy Kwan. We're going to be talking about that a little
Yes,
bit
I
later
would
in the
see
show.
Steel Panther in IMAX.
We might make this a little bit shorter of a show. I don't know if you've got somewhere to be, but since we're starting late, we'll just...
No.
Okay, well, then we'll sit here and...
My job was one of those businesses that you listed off as closing.
We'll just get drunk.
Remember
do you want a
how
beer?
I got this tea.
But do you want a beer?
No.
Are you sure?
Because regardless of whether we have somewhere to be or not, we do have to drive to be there.
But it's like a beer. We can hang out. It's going to be an hour.
I guess we could hang
I want a
out.
crispy, cold, like refreshing lager beer for thirsty dudes.
Lager beer. Yeah, okay. All
Need
right,
the lager beer.
You talked me into it.
Lager beer.
Talk to me. There's no bars to go to anymore.
So this is our bar. Well, fill them in on some news that happened in the last week
Yeah.
while I go run and get the beers. Yeah, I'll be right back.
Van Halen in IMAX would be cool, especially. But if it was Diamond Dave, I got to see Diamond Dave in IMAX doing his big like Jeet Kune Do splits and stuff. But the news coming at you, some news here. Yeah, what did we get? Something that is absolutely insane, especially if it was to hit an IMAX screen, is that Bakugan is getting a live action. Dude, I could hear you laugh through the headphones from the other room. Yeah, Bakugan is getting a live action movie, and Hasbro not Hasbro, Spin Masters. Spin Masters is so jazzed about it. And they're like, Bakugan is a phenomena. It took over the world, and this is going to be great for all of the generations who have gotten in on the craze. That's their words. Dude, I wish we had Singtao. And they're just beyond jazzed about this. But this dude, Brad Payton, who was involved in Rampage and San Andreas, is going to write, direct, and produce the Let It Rip live-action Bakugan.
Let it rip.
The thing is, I wonder if The Rock is going to be in it, because this dude haven't done Rampage and San Andreas and all that.
Seems like it would make sense.
Yeah, but can you believe Bakugan is going to get a live action? They're going to have like these orbs and like their pull cords, and they're like, let it rip.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, I saw the trailer again, like the full, longer trailer of How to Train Your Dragon.
I heard that it had one for Super Bowl.
And it was, that's where the one that I saw, and I was like, oh God.
You were watching the Super Bowl?
So I was eating ribs, chicken wings, and Philly
Football was
cheesesteaks.
on in the background,
and
yeah.
then I watched the Kendrick Lamar concert, which was cool, by the way. I love how many, like, When a generation of people ages out of like what's in current pop music, they're like, "Who's this black person on TV? I can't understand." The comments that I've read about this is insane, and it makes me feel like we have leapt backwards by 50 years. And they're like,
Well,
"I can't understand him. I don't know what this is. I don't like this music. I don't
Did
like
you
this
see-
hip hopping."
This has nothing to do with movies, but did you see that on Google Maps? It is now Gulf of America. On Google Maps.
No fucking way.
Get on your Google
No
Maps right now.
Fucking way. No. Oh no. Hang on.
All right,
We're doing
okay.
it right here. There is no.
Yeah. All right. Zoom out. Scroll
No.
down.
No.
Go a little southeast.
I mean, for those of you that are watching along at home, what the fuck
Yep.
are you? What the? What?
Yeah, that's a real thing. So the
Whole.
what I'm telling you is that the world supports those people and their point of view right now. It is, unless you zoom out to where it doesn't show the text anymore. Gulf
Okay,
of
you got-
Mexico parenthetical Gulf of America.
So when the rest of the world looks at this, it's like, okay, parentheses, but when you go 3 clicks, three scrolls in, then you're in Gulf of America territory.
yeah,
No,
now zoom
wait a
in
minute.
way in.
I don't think is where. Hang on, I gotta find it. Up, zoom.
Oh,
Zoom,
there
zoom,
it was.
zoom.
It changed for a second.
Zoom. That's back. Zoom.
Uh-huh.
This is max zoom right there.
So anyhow,
Dude.
yeah, I'm telling you, the people support that. There's that whole thing.
Like
but
I was half expecting like Goatsy to happen here in a minute. Like, you know,
That would
zoom
be-
way in.
that would be hilarious.
Good
You zoom all
Lord.
the way in, and it's just memes. But yeah, is Goatsy a meme? I guess it's a meme. It's just a fucked up meme.
But anyway, so Merle says like no hip hopping, no Mexico except for white people taco night. And you know, like the
people taco
Kendrick
night.
Lamar performance was great. I mean, I will say from an audiophile's perspective that whoever mixed the I've seen clips from people that were physically there, and the mix sounded pretty good, but the televised mix, his mic sounded a little mushy. I don't think that was any fault of Kendrick's, but I think that the mix that we all got on our televisions, it was a little hard to understand what he was saying, but that performance, the choreography, the messages, there was a lot of in between the lines stuff because Kendrick is an extremely talented. I mean, he's got a Pulitzer. He's a Pulitzer Prize winning writer. Like this guy does not like write lyrics that don't have meaning here, and there's a lot of intentionality behind that performance that I think we're going to be explaining to our grandparents for the next week or two.
Someone might have to explain it to me, dude.
I will after the show, too,
Okay.
buddy.
Because I'm also someone that, like, if you had a lineup and you go, which one's Kendrick Lamar? I'd be like, I'd have to guess, right? I would be like, I'd
gonna
be
squabble
having to,
up.
I'd be having to
Squabble
play
up.
like
Squabble up.
the Guess Who or like whatever the game is, where you like flip them down and like have to figure it out from the clues. Like Kendrick does not wear glasses, and I'm like, boop 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 boop. Yeah.
He's also pretty short, which shout
Yeah.
out to my short kings. Where are we at? Anyway, movie stuff.
Anyhow, movie stuff. So more stuff about the big game they call it. There were some trailers that came out, of course, because commercials. I did not watch Super Bowl stuff. I'm not a sports person. However, I did see that we got some different trailers from things that we've already had, which we got a new F1 trailer.
Okay.
It looks sick. The Brad Pitt race car F1, it like the whole trailer. It's only 30 seconds long, 33 seconds with the closing credit line thing. But it's all just like crashes, and they edited it where every time there's a crash, it cuts away from the crash, and it's action with people back into cars and crashes and everything. It looks pretty cool. It looks like it's like the it's like the 24-hour Le Mans scene from Ford versus Ferrari, but like for most of the movie is what the trailer makes it look like. It looks good.
Okay.
I'm getting excited about it. There was also the what else did we get? There was another big trailer. There was Mission Impossible.
Yep.
A new Mission Impossible spot. So
There was a lot of Tom Cruise at
running
the
and
Super Bowl.
stunts, running and stunts. And that was pretty cool. Excited about Mission Impossible. The last one was not everyone's cup of tea. It didn't do well at the box office like it should have. But you know what?
Still pretty good.
In this house, we fucking love Mission Impossible.
You know what? In this house, we do love
Dude,
Mission
Talk
Impossible.
about, we're some boys that love Mission Impossible.
It's a guilty pleasure, man. They're
There's
good.
no guilty about it. Those movies are good. Now, the second one, there's something guilty about watching the second one and like all the hair
That's the
and the
John
doves.
Woo
That's
and the
the John
motorcycles.
Woo motorcycle stunts.
You know, I will say, hey, Skylar, thanks for
and the
joining
crazy,
us.
the crazy face reveals in that one.
I will say that, we have challenged viewers in years past that were naysayers. I believe Night Owlishly over on Twitch was one of those people like, I've never seen Mission Impossible. What are you talking about? And then we're like, just watch it. Just sit down and watch it. And at the end, she was like, okay, you're right. Those are good movies.
Dude, as soon as you watch the first one, you're like, I need more. And
Yeah.
then every movie
keep
just
giving
gets
it to
better and better, and it's so much fun. And that's why the last one,
And the stunts.
yeah, the last one was like it left you hanging, and I think a lot of people were just like, what the? But we're getting the payoff in this one, the build up, and
Finally.
the first part might get a resurgence because of this second part, maybe. I need it. I need this. Remember when I said I needed Top Gun Maverick and everyone's like, it's going to be poop. It's just going to be poop. And you remember it was badass and for like 2 years or 3 years because
Before
it
it
kept
came
getting
out.
postponed.
Do
was
I
like,
still have that
need
cup?
it.
We still have that cup that says like Top Gun coming in 2020? And
We're
and,
bound to.
yeah.
Yeah. But for like 3 years, I was like, I need this. And it kept getting postponed and it turned out it was friggin' badass. Well, yeah. I need it. Oh, also, you know what? Tom Cruise, something I didn't write down in my news, but I just remembered off my noggin. The Henry Cavill Warhammer Amazon collab show thing.
There was a trailer for that?
No.
Oh.
But Tom Cruise signed on to it this past week.
Oh, he's going to be involved?
Tom Cruise is going to be
So-
in fucking Warhammer 40,000.
May I make a disclaimer for a moment? I do not condone the ideology or the behavior of Tom Cruise off camera, but on camera, give me some more of that
Dude,
Cruise.
Tom Cruise is just one of
An
the most
insane-
badass,
no.
super cool actors.
On camera. Off camera, he is a lunatic.
Well,
And-
dude, have you ever heard on-set stories about him? Apparently, he's just like one of the sweetest people of all time.
I will
and,
say
like,
that one
of the
time
best
he
coworkers to
yelled at
ever have.
everybody for not wearing their mask on set. And I kind of, during COVID. And I'm on Team Cruise for that one.
It was for the protection of the movie and the employees, because if they showed up, they shut production down.
Well, I don't want to sound
Everyone
like I'm
got laid off and the production slowed down. When that would
I
happen.
just want to separate the art from the artist for just a moment here, in case that we do find out like some of the stuff that Level 7 like acolytes and Church of Scientology actually do in their spare time. Now that we're discovering like what Diddy and Drake are doing in their spare time, like I really like his movies, and I'll still continue to like his movies even if he is a crazy person.
Well, and Skylar says about that coconut cake. I know that he bakes cakes for people. Like Henry Cavill has that story. He like gave him a cake and he's like, well, I bake it for you so that you can enjoy it because I can't, because I got to keep this like Tom Cruise physique. And he's like, yeah, it's the best cake that I've ever had in my entire life ever.
That's pretty
But
precious.
it's just like, yeah.
And for a dude that's literally been in the business since he was a teenager, and being in the business is hard. It's a wonder he's not more insane. I mean, just look at Corey Feldman.
I've never heard anyone from behind the scenes say anything bad about Tom Cruise.
What about like Katie Holmes?
They were married. That's different.
Okay.
Anyhow, the point of it is, Mission Impossible, new stuff out there. The new scenes we get to see in the trailer makes me need it more. There's just so much action and biplane stunts. Just more Tom Cruise hanging off of a plane,
And
being
running.
needlessly reckless and running, and it looks so friggin' cool. I need it. And then him being in Warhammer 40K with Henry Cavill is just so cool.
I mean, he's already used to, what was it, the Day After Tomorrow or Better Off Dead Tomorrow or whatever.
Yeah.
Like running in
Live,
mech
Die,
suits.
Repeat.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's going to be a commissar in like the Astra Militarum, and he's just going to like nerf people for trying to abandon their post. It's going to be sick. I need it. I think it's going to be awesome. Oh, he could be Eisenhorn. That would be cool. Henry Cavill could be like a space marine or a custodian or something, and Tom Cruise could be Eisenhorn. It'll be perfect. Get out of here. Dude, Beelzebub and Ding Dong is ridiculous. Anyhow, Tom Cruise signed on to the Amazon Warhammer 40K. That's exciting. Big names. Also, something I didn't see the Super Bowl version, but I did see the recently released Jurassic Park trailer, and I made comment of it in our Discord because why do you always need mutant dinosaurs now? Stop with the fucking mutant dinosaurs. Regular dinosaurs are scary enough.
Dinosaurs. You got to put lasers on their heads.
Dude, yeah.
You got to make them mutants.
Put frickin' lasers on them. There's no need for mutant dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are terrifying
They're
enough
already
when they're
apex
real.
predators.
Like, yeah, what the hell? Like a Tyrannosaurus wasn't
Scary
terrifying
enough.
Like making an oversized Spinosaurus wasn't scary enough.
Or
Like,
just raptors, period.
now in the new Jurassic Park or new Jurassic World, Jurassic Park is the good ones, and Jurassic World is the turds. In the new Jurassic World, there's like 5 Spinosaurs and the Mosasaur hunting this boat together. And the Mosasaur,
Do they
by
have
itself-
lasers?
No, they
Okay.
don't need them because they're all the size of the boat. And the Mosasaur could eat the boat in one gulp, but it just still jumps up to the side to be scary. And then you have like some monkey dinosaur hybrid thing. Have you seen the trailer for this at all?
No.
There's a King Kong. There's a King Kong lizard. They decided to go full kaiju.
Monsterverse
Yeah, they
kaiju?
went full kaiju with this thing because it like walks on its knuckles and you get to see its face for a second, and it's like a weird creature from the Black Lagoon, like monkey lizard something.
So, here's the thing.
Stop.
Al Topich says Jurassic Park as a
Stop.
franchise needs to go to the way of the dinosaurs. I agree,
Yes.
and here's why. The magic of the original, well, we'll even go as far as say trilogy, because the 2 was,
The first 2 were really
and then
good.
3 I actually enjoyed 3. Where
3
they,
had its good spots, and Vince Vaughn was great in that movie.
because 3 picked up off the cutting room floor all the
Vince Vaughn was in the
chapters
second one.
of the first novel that couldn't make it into the movie. That's what made part 3 kind of interesting. But my point is the first trilogy captured such an array of audiences because, like, you know, kids like dinosaurs growing up. You're studying them. You're like, oh, these like
I like dinosaurs right the fuck now.
and then they're like, these were real. And there was, you know, that scene with you know, the doctor being like, here's a claw that was like opens up your gut, you stupid eyelash kid. And then, you know, and you're like, yeah,
William
these
H.
are
Macy and Tia Leone.
these are real dinosaurs, real archaeology, real things made fantastic with an idea of like, what if dino DNA came into play and we brought them back to life. And now they're becoming monster movies, and it doesn't capture that like sort of childlike imagination of like, what if? Like,
Yeah.
no one's gonna go, what if they got an amber and then drilled it and then turned it into and spliced it into a laser-headed, like, they cloned a girl in the last one and no one gave a shit.
Yeah.
And like, they make no
Like
sense.
me. Like me. So stupid.
So stupid.
I hate Jurassic World everything, but having a King Kong lizard as your like big bad in the new movie,
No.
get fucked. Like, please, sincerely from the grip, fuck you.
Yeah,
like,
just-
I loved Jurassic Park so much. My parents, so when I was a kid and we got every Jurassic Park toy there was, all of the official branded JP
The
stuff.
Jeeps, the toilet
Dude,
action set where you
I wish
grab
that
it.
was a thing. If that was a thing, because I had 2 T-Rexes and 2 Triceratops. I had all the Velociraptors, and they had their chunks come out, and you could see
Hold
their
on to
ribs.
your butts,
and
kids.
They felt fleshy and stuff. And my parents like, keep these boxes. This is a thing. This is something that's worth something. This means something. And then, you know, like more Steven Spielberg, the mashed potatoes. You know, like this means something. Fucking UHF. Jurassic Park, Jurassic anything doesn't mean anything anymore. You ruined it. Velvet Santa says, meanwhile, Robert Zemeckis is doing a great job of protecting Back to the Future. Yes, I talked about that last week. Look at this thing that I bought. Look at this dinosaur that I could not help but buy for myself because I had to have it. It has a positional tail.
Yeah, and you
and
can,
it
like,
has this jaw.
Eat in it, and then like
and it makes a
it'll
noise.
swallow.
And as soon as you eat other dinosaurs,
Yeah, you could put like its stuff in
it
its
opens
belly.
up back here.
Okay, there.
You can
You can retrieve your
the
dinosaur.
little ones that you ate. Where's Dr. Grant? We got Dr. Grant back there. He's somewhere. He was about to get eat. He lives again. But the point of it is, yeah, dude, I love dinosaurs so much. Stop. Give us real dinosaurs. Like, dinosaurs are fun enough. You don't need to mutate them and ruin it. So, from me.
So that trailer sucked.
To who is it that does Jurassic World? Universal?
Yes.
Whoever is doing it.
That's Universal.
Get bent. I hate you.
Because money.
Yeah. Speaking of ridiculous things, absolutely ridiculous things that don't need to be movies.
The Thunderbolts.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, there was that one.
Well,
Avatar,
okay.
Fire and Ash.
Well, so all right. So if we want to go the Disney route, here I'll skip what I was about to talk about.
Oh no! I want to know.
Let's do the Disney route right here.
Okay.
Because amongst all of this, Disney and Marvel Studios are pushing their creators out. So the people that make the things that their fans actually enjoy, not I don't know what was the thing where it had like the twins and one was good and one was evil and they're like, it's the most diverse cast of all time ever.
Is that the Elementals?
It's dumb as fuck. And it was about like a kid that was a Sith and her twin that was a Jedi, and they switched places and put lightsabers in people's buttholes and pulled the trigger.
I don't
the
know.
Acolyte.
Okay, yes,
yeah, the
that
Disney
one.
Plus Acolyte show. Not that dumb horse shit that should have never existed, but instead things that people care about, things that people have grown to love, things that are new but old and everyone enjoyed them at the same time. Rob Liefeld, creator of X Factor and Cable and Deadpool and all of these things. People make fun of him for him not always being able to draw anatomy at the best. He was self-taught. Everyone loved his characters and stuff anyhow. He was better artist than you fucking asshole. There's lots of cussing in this episode.
There is. Sorry, children.
So, yeah, sorry all the kids that watch Night Ashley's daughter. Sam's kid. But Rob Liefeld has quit Marvel. Rob Liefeld announced that he's done with them and their horse crap. Because, yeah, Velvet Santa says he got snubbed at the red carpet. So that's part of it. With the Deadpool and Wolverine, he's made it public that they ignored him. Like Kevin Feige just pretended like he did not exist. The man that invented Cable and Deadpool, the man that's created these things, he just acted like he didn't exist. Walked by him. They did not invite him to any of the after parties or anything. And a big thing that's
get a cheese tray, edible arrangement, or nothing.
Exactly. The big thing that's been bothering him for a while too is that Disney refuses to credit their creators. So DC's gone through this, and they've have like a lot of things getting sued. X-Force. Okay, all right. Thanks, Beelzebub Ding Dong. He wrote a lot of X Factor and or drew a lot of X Factor and created X-Force. You are 100% correct. But so Disney's refusing to provide creators with their credit, and DC has been sued for this, which is why all of the stuff for Superman and Batman you'll see like based on characters created by Bob Kane and whoever, because it used to be Bob Kane, and before that it was just based on the DC comic, and then the Superman stuff and all that, which Superman's family, the Siegel's family is trying to sue them and not letting them release it in certain countries because they want more dollars. We talked about that last week. But so Rob Liefeld's like, I'm out, I'm done, I hate it. The culture of Marvel Studios is ruining Marvel Comics. They hate their creators and they treat us like trash. I'm out.
Man, that sounds a lot like the pre-show tonight.
Well, and so, yeah, you're right, it does. Disney is the Fayetteville of movies. Meanwhile, the guy that the showrunner for X-Men 97, Disney Plus's wildly successful runaway hit of bringing back a sequel to the old 90s X-Men cartoon that I really enjoyed as a child. Its creator, Bo DeMaio, took a video that he had previously had where you had to be a member of his OnlyFans to watch this video. OnlyFans ain't just fucking pornog, dude. It used to be for creators to reach their fans, right? Like artists and creators and stuff like that. But then everyone's like, we can put our tits on there, and now OnlyFans is
millions of dollars
exclusively associated with titties out, but or toes and buttholes. But this dude took it and put it out on his YouTube. It's like a 30-minute long video, and he's been inspired by Rob Liefeld leaving and has now made this more public where you don't have to pay to see it, but now you can just watch it on YouTube, where he says that, yeah, Disney's culture towards their creators is absolute garbage, that they only wanted him to be the black seal of approval on something, and he was like, no, I'm not doing this.
No.
So a big part of why Disney wanted him around and Marvel Studios wanted him involved and to do this was because they could say, look what we have. Look at him. Yeah. The whole Blazing Saddles, hey, look at this. And he goes, you ho boys. And he goes, where are the white women at? That's what they tried to do with Bo DeMaio. And, Bo. So he said, yeah, they tried to make me a black stamp of approval, and he wasn't having it. He said that there was so much rampant racism and stuff behind the scenes, and the way that Marvel Studios and Disney treats the people that create the things that their fans actually want. Like when you're someone that makes something like The Acolyte, they put you on top of the world. They're like, look at this, because that's what they want. They want to say, look at this. Look at what we've done. Yep. Look at what we've provided. But as soon as you're someone that's creating the comics or doing anything, they could care less. If you're not someone they can showcase, if you're not Rob Liefeld, regardless how you feel about him, comic book legend, who's just some white dude who never grew out of his awkward teens and just became awkward 20s and never grew out of it. They
and writes awkward characters.
Yeah, they can't say, look at this guy. And if you're like Bo DeMaio and you're not going to play their game, you're not going to be like, yeah, I will be on display for you because that's
I'm going to be your token.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're not going to do that, Disney's terrible. And both of, I guess these guys are threatening to tell more about it. So if they start going the way of
the Tello, not on Hulu,
of Boeing employees, you'll know what's up. Also, recently, Todd McFarlane was interviewed by Comic Book Reader.
What? Todd McFarlane? What's he doing?
He's running a really kick-ass toy company.
Well, I mean, we all knew that.
Yeah, doing stuff like Spawn and things still. But he was interviewed about it, and they asked him about Disney's version, and Disney and Sony's version of Venom and things like that. And he was like, it's not Venom.
No.
He said,
no, it's not.
He said, I get what they're doing. They're trying to make it as appealing to as broad of an audience as possible and get the most money they can, but it's crap.
Yeah, it's not Venom.
Venom's not a good guy. And when I left Marvel...
He was only a good guy for a very short arc, and he was still a bad guy.
Well, he said, when I left Marvel and my back was turned, this is what they did. And he goes, it would be different if they asked me to come in and be part of these movies. And he said, but they never asked. So I mean, imagine that someone as big as Todd McFarlane and Disney and Marvel never even considered to be like, would you like to be a part of your character?
Money.
Yeah. Would you like to be a part of the thing that you created? Made. Yeah. And Rob Liefeld too, when he was posting this about quitting, he said they asked him to be around on Deadpool 1 and 2, but anytime he started to say something or give his advice or 2 cents, they shut him the fuck up. And so he said, I was just sitting there, happy to be there because they wouldn't let me do anything else. So, I mean, Rob Liefeld, Todd McFarlane, giants in the comic industry, Disney and Marvel could care less about them.
Oh, yeah.
And then Bo DeMaio, this guy that gave them, one of the best things to hit Disney Plus, the one thing that's gotten everyone's attention and stuff that people have talked about and brought nostalgia back, and people really were like, yes, this is cool. Wow, you actually made Cyclops do Cyclops things? That's pretty badass. Disney ran him off too because they're like, be our token, do what we say, all this, and he goes, I'm not playing the game. So there's
Good for him, though.
Yeah. So there's the Disney news of the day.
But
Which
what was
is
the thing that you were skirting around?
the other completely unnecessary.
Because we got to get to new releases.
Magic the Gathering is getting movie and a cinematic universe, of course, an ongoing cinematic universe, as well as a Netflix series.
Well, I know that League of Legends and Defense of, Dota, Defense of the Ancients, or whatever Dota stands for, those two MOBAs.
I always forget what Dota stands for, but yeah.
But you know, those have TV shows now, so I mean, why not? Like, I'm surprised Blizzard hasn't come out with a TV show yet.
Velvet Santa has keep the pesky comic book people away from the comic book movies. Yeah, 100%. But yeah, Magic the Gathering has a film deal with Legendary.
Legendary Pictures?
Legendary, the people that have given you the Monsterverse,
Okay.
will now be doing the Magic the Gathering.
I don't know if that's
movies.
mana I want to tap.
And then, they're going to have a TV show with Netflix. It is one of Hasbro's more than 30 projects they have going right now.
Hasbro? You remember when we were making fun of Hasbro because they had the Tetra, or was it Monopoly?
Yep, that's one of their things.
Then,
Monopoly,
Battleship,
a Clue remake, or a new Clue property.
No.
Yep.
Just re-release old Clue.
Yep.
Re-release old Clue. Tim
Nope.
Curry that's my Clue.
Yeah, as the butler.
Dude, that movie's so good.
Dude, Clue's a good movie. So Magic the Gathering, Legendary Films, and Netflix.
Velvet Santa says we never got the Duplo movie. Actually, didn't we?
I think it was went to video.
That movie did come out. I think there was several, like Duplo, and then the other stupid blocks that poor kids have that aren't Legos.
I think it was like a toddler thing. Velvet Santa says coming soon. Pogs the movie. Dude, I'll bring my Slammer. I'll bring my Magneto Slammer. You know what? Talking 90s and X-Men and nostalgia and things coming back. If you go to Walmart right now and you have $57 plus tax on you, you can buy those Marvel trading cards that make the puzzles. If you put them in your 9 slot card album,
yeah.
They have those puzzle cards and the trading cards, the Marvel Select.
I remember
but it's in a box. It's $57.
The Marvel Masterpiece cards.
Those are it.
Those are the ones?
Those are it.
I still have a complete set of those.
Dude, I have so many. I have albums full. I have my Cool Basketball Dude album full of them with my puzzle cards. I even have an uncut puzzle card. It's 3 cards. It's an
uncircumcised card.
The thing is,
you should cut your cards.
No, man, that's the whole
bad for their health. Don't cut them. Leave them uncut.
Last bit here is that more unnecessary stuff. Happy Gilmore 2 has had a behind-the-scenes video posted. There's 10 professional golfers showing up in this. You get to see that.
We watch pieces of shit like this for breakfast.
Yeah, that's our slogan. You watch pieces of shit? Yeah, for you.
For you.
Shooter McGavin's there. What's her name? Julie Bowen. Julie Bowen. That's the actress's name. Yeah. I can't remember her character's name from Happy Gilmore, but she's in it again. And there's 10 pro golfers that are going to be showing up and all that. So there's behind the scenes video. Well,
or is it Chubbs?
Chubbs died. He died in the first one.
I know, but I want his ghost.
Ben Stiller's there. So you can trouble me for a warm glass of shut the hell up. Yeah. So maybe that'll be the 3rd time playing this because he returned as that in Hubie Halloween.
Yeah, Hubie Halloween was.
So Happy Gilmore 2 is well on its way to becoming a thing on Netflix because that's where Adam Sandler's big deal is.
They're all there.
And then the last little bit I have here of news is that we got our first $1 billion movie of 2025.
Was it Moana?
Nope.
What was it?
It was a movie from China.
Oh, wait. Ne Zha
2.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember seeing this in the news.
Yeah.
It was a sequel, too, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Ne Zha 2. Yeah. So it's it's a big time movie.
I need to see this.
In China. So
broke the Disney Moana 2 record. That's boosting their Chinese box office like crazy.
Yes, I guess it's been out for a little bit, but this is like the confirmation. Like they've like confirmed that China's not just full of it. Kind of.
Well, the Chinese box office is what made World of Warcraft not a complete and total disaster.
I mean, it's probably it's what's made Mufasa and Moana so big, right?
Yup. Well, all right. Well, speaking of box office, we need to talk about some movies that are coming out in theaters this week because movies are coming out this week. There's a big movie coming out this week that Disney wants to take your money, and I don't know how they're going to figure out how because I don't know anybody that is excited about this movie.
Oh, we had, I think Tony Jones said he had his tickets ready.
Tony, baby, why? Captain America Brave New World, Anthony Mackie, Harrison Ford, other people. Red Hulk, Falcon, Captain America arc. What?
Yeah, I mean, that was after I quit reading comics. Bucky being Captain America was towards right where I stopped reading.
I thought Bucky. I thought that happened after Falcon.
No, Captain America was like being taken into court and he was handcuffed and someone shot him to death on the court steps. And then Bucky became
do that one.
Bucky became like a chrome-clad Captain America, and it was so badass because Bucky Cap would like shoot people. Dude, he had the shield and a gun, and he would just
he's
like
edgy,
shoot
dude.
people. Well, because he was awesome. And you know what? Sometimes villains can't be redeemed. That's the real.
But they're gonna put him in Thunderbolts and make him a hero all over again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Bucky's always he's a hero for sure.
But Captain America: Brave New World coming out in theaters this week. I don't think it's gonna make the money that Disney wants it to. But who the hell knows? Mufasa like came out of nowhere and was like, actually, you know what? We got nothing else to see.
Maybe people will see it because like Harrison Ford just ad-libbed everything. They're like, just be Harrison.
And he Hulk smashes everything like he threw
the transformation is actually that's not CG. That's just Harrison Ford cutting loose.
Like you ever seen that clip of Harrison Ford that a guy brings like an entire Lego Millennium Falcon for him to like
on Conan O'Brien, and he like smashes it and it was for real because that was the dude's thing for real and that was not scripted, and Harrison Ford acts like it's no big deal because he's just a
He's just
asshole.
Like, oops, I hate Star Wars. Why am I here? Can I go home now? Mm-hmm. But anyway, Captain America Brave New World coming out in theaters this weekend, which we talked about earlier in the show. Becoming Led Zeppelin coming out in theaters this week as well.
Unless you're here and you got it in IMAX already.
And then in limited release, which you're probably not going to get anywhere, starring Jackie Earle Haley and Kathleen Turner. When's the last time you saw a movie with her? The Long Game. Pretty sure that's only going to get a very, very limited release, as well as You, Me, Her. You, Me, Her is directed by Selena Ringel, and it stars Sidney Park, Selena Ringel, Graham Sibley, and others. It's about married couples flirting with the idea of a threesome to rediscover. It's got olive branches on the covers, so there you go.
It's like the people at Cannes, like this movie.
Hey, menage a trois. But yeah, most of the theaters are going to be dominated by Captain America. It's going to be interesting to see. Are you packing that like candy like it's chaw? Like what do you?
So I'm trying not to make a mess, man.
But you're like sitting here flicking it like it's some skull or some Kodiak.
I'm stimming, bro. That's what the kids do now. I'm stimming, okay? Because like it helps me focus to
get your sugar pop.
Stim so hard, my guy.
Well, anyway, Captain America: Brave New World. You can see these movies. They're coming out in theaters this week. A resounding meh.
What are we going to friggin' watch?
Yeah.
I hope a decent Indian movie comes out so I have something to talk to you guys about.
Yeah. So with that said, let's talk about movies that are in theaters. I'm going to talk to you about the new movie that I saw this week, Love Hurts. It's from director Jonathan Acebo. It's starring Ke Huy Quan. We've got Ariana DeBose, Mustafa Shakir, Daniel Wu, and some other people. A really, really cool cameo appearance from Sean Astin. Seeing Ke Huy Quan and Sean Astin reunite on camera, which was really, really cool. Another fun, kind of funny cameo appearance from Drew Scott. which made me quite literally laugh out loud in the theater. That caught me off guard because I did not see. I mean, I saw it coming, but it was hysterical. But this movie, Al Topich over on Twitch, he called it Quan Wick instead of John Wick, and I feel like that's an unfair. I've read a lot of people like making the associations of John Wick to Love Hurts, and it's, John Wick didn't invent the like one last job, like I don't do this anymore, I'm coming back, I got a set of skills. But it brought it to the forefront of public, pop culture.
Is it more like Mr. Nobody?
Very similar to Mr. Nobody. But I feel like it has its own thing because this is very much a comedy. And one of the things that I think a lot of people don't realize about Ke Huy Quan, and he did disappear from acting, but he did not disappear from Hollywood. He's been a fight coordinator for many, many years. He studied martial arts. He's been behind the scenes doing fight coordination for a lot of different movies and a lot of different TV shows, and now being recognized after his performance in Everything Everywhere All at Once. This movie kind of like highlights that. He got to not only star in, but also help do fight choreography and did a lot, very, very much like Jackie Chan was doing a lot of these things himself. And in interviews, he's just like, yeah, I'm beat up, I'm bruised up, this hurts, I'm old, but I also can't wait to maybe do another one. And then this movie is very much a love letter to HK action films, kung fu films, the police story, the Jackie Chan era of action scenes that
good stuff
that are silly in a way that are not realistic, but are fun and engaging in a way that is just really entertaining to watch. And I will say, the moment you start comparing this to John Wick, you're going to get disappointed because they're very different movies. There is a lot of sort of, I would say, like Snatch style sort of, action tropes that, where a character comes in and you see it telegraphed from a mile away, and they come in and it becomes like this, series of events that culminate into this ending that you kind of know is going to happen, but you're watching all the pieces unfold. I will say that the performance from Mustafa Shakir, he is just a very visually dominant person on screen. I remember watching him back in I think it was Luke Cage era of the MCU on Netflix, and I'm like, who is this guy? And he is just a really interesting character that has a pretty cool little arc in the movie, but a lot of these characters don't have a lot of depth. They don't have a lot of substance. They're there to be fun. They're there to basically be an avenue for Ke Huy Quan to have a lovable, like, what's the word I'm looking for? A person, the least expected character to come out and save the day. He's a very non-threatening, very approachable, lovable scamp that also can kick a lot of ass, and it checks a lot of the boxes that Jackie Chan did throughout his entire career. And there are a lot of very Jackie Chan influenced fight pieces in this that I went back and did a little research and saw some interviews with Ke Huy Quan. He goes, oh, hell yeah, they're Jackie Chan influenced because Jackie Chan is the GOAT. And, watching this... You don't think Jackie Chan's...
No, I do.
He quoted Sammo Hung and
I was about
Jackie
to say
Chan.
Sammo Hung exists because Sammo Hung and Jackie Chan came from the same school at the same time. They graduated together, and Sammo Hung has choreographed a lot of stuff even for Jackie Chan.
Yes.
And Sammo Hung is like a big legend in the behind the scenes as much as he is on the screen.
So that was where this was going.
All right. Because Sammo Hung was right there, and that's why I was like...
Because Ke Huy Quan was like these are my guys. These I'm the disciple of these guys, and this movie is very much
What was that?
a tribute to those guys.
What was the class from that Peking Opera School where they were called like the Golden Seven or something like that? Because it's like 5 or 6 of the 7 that graduated are just like the biggest stars in the
they're
world. That
all
you
the
can
coolest
think of.
dudes.
And one of them is like not that big of a name, but behind the scenes he's like a big deal still. But yeah, it was Sammo Hung and Jackie Chan graduated there at the opera at the same time.
And so
Yeah.
if you have any like compass of who these people are and what the movies that we're talking about and referencing, then you're going to really like this movie. This movie doesn't have the deepest script. The pacing is a little bit herky-jerky. It is a little bit telegraphed and predictable as far as movies go. But that's kind of action movies. You're watching this to watch Ke Huy Quan be lovable and kick a lot of ass, which he does. And the love story has a bit of a herky-jerky plot to it. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's enough to really discredit this movie. And I think people that I think they marketed this to try and appeal to the John Wick audience that has arrived in the past handful of years. But this movie definitely does not need to be categorized in the same echelon as John Wick. This isn't a serious movie by any stretch of the imagination. It's a fun, kind of feel-good action movie that takes place around Valentine's Day, and a lot of people get the butt kicked in a lot of really fun and interesting ways. One of my favorite fight scenes is when he uses cookie cutters, which is very Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan is known for like using lots of just strange, it's like he's the Carrot Top of martial arts and just like grabbing whatever props. But he grabs these cookie cutters and puts them on his hands, and as people are punching him, he uses that to deflect the punches, and their hands go into these cookie cutters and like, and he'd just been baking cookies, and and it's just really, really fun. And it also shows that Ke Huy Quan is very talented, and as an aging, male and an actor, he's still able to perform this way, where a lot of people in Hollywood have stuntmen from the time they're children. He's been doing this, and this is a really cool showcase to show something that he's passionate about, this chapter of his life that he has been invisible to the public eye, that this is what he's been doing. And I had a good time watching it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I heard that reviews have been mixed, or like audience experiences, but I mean, it looks fun. It was done by this people that did Nobody and the Santa Claus movie with old Hellboy dude.
I'm just happy to see
David Harbour.
I'm happy to see Ke Huy Quan in more stuff. I think he's been underappreciated in Hollywood for a really long time, and just to see this rise of him being in front of camera and just stealing our hearts, stealing the show. It's really cool to watch, and I can't wait to see more stuff from Kay. So it's in theaters right now. You can check it out. Cool Valentine's movie. If you want to see something that's just a little bit of popcorn, feel good action romp, it's there. I guarantee you it'll be better than Captain America: Brave New World. So you can check it out in theaters right now. Jake, what did you see? What did you watch?
Dude, talking about martial arts, how about this? I watched the new, to us, Jackie Chan movie. I watched A Legend. It was supposed to come out on Netflix.
But not Karate Kid Legends.
No.
Which is not out yet.
A Legend. The final bit of Cobra Kai comes out this Thursday.
Can't wait. I'm
13th.
Caught up. I'm ready.
I need to get caught up so I can finish it. I've been waiting because I didn't want to have to pause. But I watched A Legend. It's the one where Jackie Chan exists in like 2 times.
Oh,
right?
yes.
He exists now, and then like it's the Hans versus the Huns, right? The Han dynasty, and like the Huns are attacking, and he's like this general, and
this is not an English language film.
No. This is all Chinese, and he's like deep faked onto a body double or himself or whatever it is. So that he looks young in the classic setting, but in the present time he's a professor,
Yeah.
and they've found this jade amulet. And then as soon as they find this jade amulet, him and his like star student both start having these dreams that are memories of their past lives, where they met this woman who these Hun were chasing, and they protected her, and then they fought this war against these Huns, and this evil Hun dude that kills his like father or adopted father and his brothers, and frames his sister for their murder and all of this stuff. And in modern times, he also has come across something that helps him have memories of past lives, and he's trying to trap them into helping him find the treasures left from like the mysterious Hun.
From the trailer, it looks like there's a lot of like wushu style fight choreography and
a little. This movie unfortunately fails on every account.
no.
There's a few action scenes.
Bless you.
Thanks. There's a few action scenes where you're like, yes, I'm watching a Jackie Chan movie. And one of them is at the very end, where modern day, older Jackie Chan gets to...
Bless you.
Jesus. He gets to come back. And because in the past, he lived, and the guy and the girl perished. But in modern times, he gets to be the hero and help save their lives and stuff. So he has this like super fight scene at the end of the movie, and he does Jackie Chan stuff, and he uses props, and he fights off these guys and everything just by like trying to be a guy doing the right thing. And that was a lot of fun. And there's a couple of things. It has like an almost Bahubali like fight scene in it, where there's the Hun barbarian forces that are coming in, and the Han Chinese are like, here's where we make our stand. We have to show them that we are the Han, and we will not let them keep attacking our lands and hurting our people, and we're going to fight them. And they attach like double-bladed swords to their saddles, and they do these like big elaborate like military plans and everything, that of course just all fail and turns into one-on-one fighting for the sake of movie. And there's a few of those scenes that really carry through, but there's times where just the budget shows, and that CG not being able to be maintained.
That's a bummer.
Is there, and there's really, the story is kind of a mess. It seems like it was based on some sort of like Chinese YA novel, really, and it doesn't hold itself together as well as it really could have, and it doesn't bring you in, because there's all these like subplots or little side stories that don't matter. Like this girl is in love with this guy, and she really wants him to be her boyfriend, and he's just a total klutz or a ditz, and he doesn't see it, and everyone else is always like, come on guys, she clearly wants in your britches, and he's just like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. And so it takes the focus away from the parts of it that really could have been interesting and a lot of fun, with the reincarnation aspect. And there's so much of the movie that's done as a build up to the point where there's like this shaman guy that turns out that's very obviously the evil Hun dude that they could have explored and elaborated on, but they were too busy exploring like little side stories that didn't matter. This movie really needed to be probably another hour longer to make it work, or to cut out a lot of the little bits, or do like a Bahubali thing where it's a two-parter. So if you're wanting it to be a Jackie Chan movie because you like Jackie Chan and you like what he does, it doesn't feature his best acting. It definitely doesn't feature a lot of his martial arts. So it's just kind of a meh movie. You know, like it's not terrible, but it's not what it markets itself as.
Okay. And where did you check it out?
It is available for VOD. You can rent it through things like Xbox or Amazon Prime or various others. I'm sure that it's on like a Google Play or iTunes or whatever. So,
well, all right. Well, with that said, we need to hit it over to the box office roundup, the last segment of the show. Jake's going to give you the top 10 movies in America. We're going to give you the box office report from February 7th through 9th, 2025. And we're going to start at number 10, work our way up to number 1. We'll probably include some international numbers for some of the big boys. But what?
Oh, just Night Ashley says that she's good with a lot of YA. It's less Maze Runner and more, what's that one with Shailene Woodley? The one, yeah, it's less.
That one.
It's less Hunger Games and Maze Runner and more like, whatever those were.
Infernal Machines. Okay, all right, well, number 10... Jake, take it away, man.
Yeah, at number 10, Moana, dropping from the number 7 spot, $1.6 million, 11 weeks out from Disney, $456 million. We know that one's in the $1 billion club with its international brought in. It was just recently revealed that it was not the first $1 billion movie of 2025, or well, I guess it's a 2024 release, which is the whole thing. That the Neja 2 was a 2025 $1 billion movie.
Good Lord.
At number 6, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, $1.8 million.
Number 9?
Yes, sorry, number 9. 8 weeks out, Sonic the Hedgehog number 3, $1.8 million. $233 million in the U.S. so far. The last time we checked, it was like a mirror elsewhere in the world. Yeah, $239 elsewhere in the world. So $472 for its total. At number 8, Flight Risk, dropping from the 5th spot, 2.6 in the U.S. Here, another 9 million elsewhere on the globe. Yeah.
Yeah, not a lot of people watching it.
Bringing it, well, I mean, enough of it, you know. They didn't. It's made its budget back. It was what, 32?
Yeah.
So it's a success now.
Success.
$25 million so far in the U.S. for it, and it's 3 weeks out from Lionsgate. Opening at number 7, Becoming Led Zeppelin, $2.6 million brought in its opening week. I think it was IMAX only, maybe with this new release, because the poster says see it in IMAX, not like you have to watch it in IMAX. Yeah, Divergent's what I was talking about. So hopefully that'll be in more regular theaters, and I might just go check it out. At number 6, One of Them Days, $2.8 million, 4th week out from Sony, has brought in $39 million in the U.S. I don't know that one has international appeal at all. I didn't know it had that much U.S. appeal. And then at number 5, Companion, $3 million for it. 2 weeks out, has brought in $15.5 million. Another 11 elsewhere in the world for $26 million. I got more than one friend that loves horror movies. You and my buddy Aaron and my friend Barrett. He said that is his next movie that he wants to see is Companion.
Okay.
Just because creepy. You know, it's like it's not like slasher, murder, horror necessarily, but it's like gets in your mind.
It's unsettling.
Yeah. And then at number 4, hanging tough in that top 5, Mufasa the Lion King, 8 weeks out, bringing another $4,235,000 here in the U.S., but 436 elsewhere in the world, $671 million for a unnecessary prequel sequel. And then opening at number 3, the one you just talked about, Love Hurts, $5.8 million for Universal Studios from that one, another $1 million elsewhere. So $6 million total for its opening. I wonder how much that one cost to make, if that's something that they're happy with or not. And then surprisingly, only at number 2, Heart Eyes.
But this is Valentine's weekend.
Yep, $8.3 million in its opening week for the new slasher, holiday-themed slasher murder movie. So, good for it. But taking the top spot because family-friendly trumped murder, stab in the dick movie, Dog Man, and its second week out from DreamWorks. But I think it's its first big week, maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
Because weren't we just talking about it coming out?
No. I mean, it did a good week last week.
Okay. Well, $13.8 million for Dogman. It's brought in 54.2 so far. Another $12 million elsewhere on the globe, bringing it to $66 million.
It's a lot of money for Dogman. So very, very cool stuff. A lot of options out there. Obviously, Captain America is going to squeeze out some stuff out of the theaters this week. So if there's a movie that you want to see, make sure you get in there before Thursday. And you've only got tomorrow and Wednesday to see some of these films before they get that pushed out. But with that said, it's about time for us to go. We're very, very behind schedule now because we've got. We had a really long pre-show. So if you want to get into all that stuff on the pre-show, don't forget to check us out in the Discord. And you can stick around, find us on our link tree at driveinspeakerbox.com. And you can follow along there if you want to get involved in the chat. You can like and subscribe wherever it is. It's easy for you, Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube. If you just want to listen to the audio of this whenever is convenient for you, just subscribe to the podcast. Wherever you subscribe to podcasts, just search for the Drive-In Speaker Box. So yeah, I guess we're done, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's all we got for tonight. But yeah, this was an interesting show. A lot of stuff happened in the pre-show tonight, so we definitely thank you for tuning in. Tell your friends. That's always a good way to help us get the word out. And don't forget to go see some movies. Happy Valentine's Day, I guess.
Yeah,
that's this
Friday.
week. Yeah, we won't see you until after Valentine's Day. And anything else, Jake?
No, that's it. Yeah, if you got someone to love on Friday, do it.
Then go see Hard Ice and watch them get killed. All right. Bye, y'all.
As you leave the theater, folks, please be careful. Don't let this happen to your car. Be sure to remove the speaker before you leave. If you should accidentally pull a speaker loose, please turn it in at our snack bar or box office. Thank you.